All right, well, we're up to 103 participants. Let's say we go ahead and get started. Good evening to all of you. I am Karen Cage. I am the CEO at Realcomp, and I want to welcome you to Realcomp's third town hall presentation. Tonight, we're going to be talking about virtual tools and doing business during a pandemic. Now, I know you probably heard that the governor has just extended the current order we're under through January 31st. So we're still back to no in-person open houses and other things that we have to do differently and be a little bit more careful. But I believe that even after this order is lifted, some people may still not be comfortable having a lot of strangers in their homes. So I feel like these tools are going to be used and valuable for quite some time to come. While we'll be taking you through several different products and services tonight, I want to point out that this is not intended to be a training. There just isn't enough time for that with all of the things we're going to show you. We're going to introduce the product, talk about the features it offers, and then we'll let you know where you can find more information and how to sign up for training. So we really just want to get you to introduce all these things to you. If you have any questions, please use the Q&A button at the bottom. I see everybody's already very acquainted with that, and I appreciate that. And once we've completed the presentation, we'll go back and address all your questions. And if we have to back up and relook at some of the slides, we can do that. That's not a problem at all. So if you have questions, jot them down as we go, and then we'll answer them all at the end. So providing the presentation tonight is Janine Gardner, who is a training specialist for Realcomp, Tammy Cummings, who's our product and training manager at Realcomp, and behind the scenes up there we have Fran Green, and she is Realcomp's marketing manager. Now all three of these ladies have been with Realcomp for a very long time, and they know their stuff, they know these products and services, and so I think that you'll be very pleased with what you learn tonight. So let's get started. Janine, Tammy, the floor is yours.
Okay. Happy New Year, everybody. And this is a great way. I'm so excited about this forum that we're bringing all these cool virtual items to you guys and platforms to you so that you can use them. And yes, we are in the middle of a pandemic, but I have a feeling that you guys are going to like these products so much that even after we're out of this, you're still going to use them for several different reasons for all kind of customers that you have here. So we have three different workflows for you that you can utilize these products with. First, we're going to talk about getting a listing appointment presentation going with Cloud CMA Live. Then when you've secured the customer, whether it's the buyer or the seller, we're going to talk about how to get the contracts to them virtually. And then once you've listed it, well, we got to show it. So we've got two different ways to show the product through: Showing Time Live and Remind Live. So the first one we're going to talk about is Cloud CMA. And there's several different things that you can do with this. You can use Cloud CMA on a laptop, a phone, a tablet. You can even broadcast it to your TV or your customer's TV if they have that HDMI cord that they can show as well. You can use Skype, Zoom, you can use Google Hangouts if you wanted to. They have interactive reports, they have videos, and you can even include yourself and go live in a video if you choose to. And they have this really cool thing called a telestrator. I just learned how to say that word yesterday. Telestrator, where you can actually circle certain things to highlight for your customer on some of the slides that we have here. So with each of the products that we're bringing you, and you'll receive this in the email update, there will be a link there for videos and sometimes tip sheets there too. So let's go take a look at some of the cool things that Cloud CMA Live has to offer you. So after you customize your CMI in Cloud CMA, you'll have two ways to show it. You can do the PDF, or you can now go live with your customer with, this is your home page that you're showing here. So let me just do a quick navigation for you. In the upper right-hand corner, you'll see your information. You'll see the title that you named it, and if you added a photo of the subject property, will be there. And you have individual forms here that you can toggle back to once you're done with the presentation if the customer has a question about any of them. In the upper left-hand corner, there's a hamburger icon that you can click on, and it'll drop down to your customized CMA that you already set up. At any time, you can decide to add to your CMA, or you can kind of remove some of these different reports. Maybe you don't want to show your agent resume every time that you talk about the CMA, so you can remove that from the presentation. Down at the bottom, here are the different ways that you can go virtual: through Zoom, through Microsoft Teams, through Skype. Screen, again, that you can show this, and if the customer has a HDMI, they can put it on their computer screen or their TV screen. And you have Gmail, Google Hangouts to do so. And all you have to do is click that, pick your one and click the start button. It will create the link. You'll send it to them, and when they see you, you'll be in the upper right-hand or left-hand corner, very similar to what we're looking at today, so you can start the presentation with them. So let's take a look at one of the best features that we have is showing the comps. You have 3 different ways to show your comps to customers. The first way is through the comparison, and you'll have the oldie but goodie 3-up report. Sometimes it gets to be 5 or 6 ups depending on how many reports you have. So you have your subject property next to each of your comps so that they can easily read through them. On the next slide, you have the map. This is awesome. In my opinion, this is awesome because not only do you have your subject property, which you'll see that little blue house there, but you'll also see the entire neighborhood. Now, that might look a little bit busy, but it has a rhyme to the reason. The red are your off-market properties. The orange dots that you see are your pending, and the green are your on-market. So your customer might ask, well, why didn't you show me that house that's down the street from me here? I want to know, I know it's been on the market for a while. Can you tell me what's going on with it? Maybe you didn't put it as part of your comp because it might be a lease, or maybe it doesn't have the same features as your subject property. So that's why you didn't add that to your comps, but they can see the entire neighborhood and feel that you've not only searched their area, but now they're part of the transaction as well and knows what's going on in their area. The next slide we have for you is statistics. Maybe you have a customer, they don't need all the big pretty pictures. Maybe the map is too much. Maybe they just want to get right to the details. So you have the statistics that show each of your comps that you've shown in a grid line. And then at the very top, you can see where they have the low, the high price, the average, the medium statistics, all the way down to the average price per square footage and days on market. So just quick basic details. So that's one of the best features of going live, is showing the different ways that you have to utilize your comps. One of the other great features is videos that they have. You can add in your own video with the customer if you already have one customized, or you can utilize the videos that are built into some of the reports. So maybe in the one that I'm using here as the example is the time to sell. Maybe your customer isn't quite understanding how we need to get close to the time to sell and list it at a proper price. You can run videos on some of the reports, and they're a little less than a minute long, and it will explain why this is so important for your customer. So it depends on the reports that you pick, where the video will show up that will be able to assist you and be able to explain it to the customer. So now that you've secured your customer by showing the buyer or the seller the CMA, now we have to get contracts. And you're able to work that virtually too through 2 different features, through Authenticign and Transaction Desk. And we also have one now in Docs within Remine. Okay, they both work pretty much the same. All you have to do is upload your form, fill it out, and then you'll be able to add in a person's name, your name, the dates, initials. You can cross things out. You're able to make them different colors. You can add text boxes. So you can pretty much dissect the entire form depending on what is available for you, and you're able to simply email that out to the customer. they'll get it on their side and they'll be able to sign it electronically. And when they send the documents back in both forms, it'll come back into Remind Docs if you're using that, or Transaction Desk, and it will also go back to your personal email too. So you'll have it in two places. So now that you've got the contract going, we have to show the property. And there's two different cool ways that you can go virtual. One is with Showing Time Live and the other is with Remind Live. Now they are somewhat similar, but I have wrote down some differences between the two. So we're going to first talk about Showing Time Live. One of the best features of Showing Time Live is we already are using it. So you don't have to go and learn another format. What you want to do is be able to go in and schedule your showings as you normally would if we were going to see them physically, but you'll click on virtual tour at that point, and then you're able to go ahead and still mark it as you're used to seeing it in showing time in the system. Now, what you will have to do is to go live, you'll have to download your app. So if you guys have your phone with you right now, I'm going to suggest that you go into your Google Play, go into your iTunes, and go ahead and search for Showing Time. And you'll see the app is kind of purple with 4 little gold dots. While you're there, you might want to go ahead and get Remind Live as well. Remind has an orange colored app, and you can download that right now and have it on your phone, because to utilize both of them, you definitely need the app to go live and broadcast. So with Showing Time, some of the features that it has here, and we could go to the next slide to show some of those. You can host showings live from your phone, which you're going to need with the app, okay? Again, it's something that you're completely used to if you've used Showing Time before. You don't have to learn a new way of adding in things. Just one simple click will let you go virtual. When you're making appointments to see the showings, it's set up for one person at a time, so, or one couple at a time, so you have your appointment, no one overlaps each other. You don't have to change, again, your routine, how you process and how you start to show properties, and you get to decide who gets to be the cameraman. So if your customer is a little angsty maybe about letting people into the property right now, you can share the link with them and they can become their own cameraman while you host it. Or you can, if they're allowing you to come into the property, again, you can use the app and you can showcase the property as well. Okay. Now, one of the cool things is it is right now at no additional charge till March 31st. So definitely watch the video. It explains it wonderfully, and you'll see all the cool features that it has. It's not hard to learn at all, maybe 10 minutes and you're good to go with that. Now, the next one is Remind Live. And with Remind, just a few little differences between the two. Again, you will need the app in order to...
Can I interrupt you? I'm so sorry. Somebody asked, is it Showing Time Live or just Showing Time?
It's Showing Time. The app is Showing Time, but that's
okay,
where
so
you'll
not
use
Showing Time Live. It's just Showing Time.
Showing Time.
I didn't want her to get past that. Okay, sorry. Go right ahead.
You're right. That app is just Showing Time. And the same with Remind. When you go to search in your Google Play and you go to search in iTunes, it's just Remind, not Remind Live. And it's an orange colored app because there's two of them. One will be blue and then one will be orange. You want the orange one on your app. Now with Remind, few little differences between the two. There is no charge. You can schedule your Remind showing through either Realcomp Online. You can schedule it within the app itself, or you can go to Remind and schedule it too. So 3 different ways to do it. You and your client can host. So again, just like in Showing Time Live, you can decide who wants to be the cameraman, either you or the seller that you have. They have 30-minute block sessions. So it probably won't take you a half hour to showcase the property, but they do give you a 30-minute session. So if you have to go over that, you can easily schedule another session with that same customer right away and send them the link and they'll be able to click on it. There's no limit to how many people can join the showing that you have, whereas the difference with showing time is one customer per showing. With Remind, it's wide open for anybody to join, no cutoff at all with the live broadcast. You can have multiple viewings with this and multiple showing sessions with it. You can even place it on social media if you'd like to advertise that way as well. And it also records the session. So maybe your customer, due to time, wanted to join that showing, but they couldn't, or that open house that you're hosting. You can then, again, record the link and then send it to them in an email, put it in your contact list. You can even, again, post the link, recorded link on social media so everybody can see the property. So it's a really cool way to do it. And again, the setup is not even 10 minutes to do. Just a quick click, and you can go live when you're ready to broadcast it at any time and then record it. So now that you have the listing presentation, now that you have the contract sent virtually, and now that you know how to show it, where do you want to advertise this information? On the next slide, you have Realcomp's schedule in order to do the open house and scheduling promotions. So you always want to go back to the hub of Realcomp Online and be able to schedule your open houses as normal, no matter what format that you're using. And it will be able to send it out to not only all Realcomp subscribers and their customers, but on Realcomp IDX, you'll send it to our different sharing partners like Remind and Homes.com and Realtor.com and Move in Michigan. And the information of how to do that, just in case you don't know, is down at the bottom with our links here. So you are ready to go.
Everybody will get these slides. Somebody already asked me if they'll get them, and they will get them.
Yep. And then each of the slides, they're interactive, so you can click on the links and you'll be able to watch the videos and get the tip sheets as well.
Correct.
So you are ready to go. You're virtual for many different reasons. And I want you to, as your trainer, I want you to kind of think outside the box. Yes, you need this now, but when you're done with this, so many different options you can use. What if the customer is wanting to invest in Michigan and you have the listing and they're in New York? And what a great way to be able to show them that and keep your business going. What if they're an absentee owner? You know, what if, for whatever reason, what if they live up north and they just don't want to drive down? It's January. We're in Michigan. A snow blizzard, I don't want to say that, can hit us at any time. And you had something scheduled and now you can't. Now you can go live with this. Change it from when we're able to do something physical again, change it back to a virtual if you need to. What if your customer just can't make the showing for timing? Maybe their work schedule stops them from doing this. What a great way, again, that you can send them the link for the showing, see how interested they are in that. And then if they can make it, you can set up a actual physical walkthrough of the property. So many different reasons that you can use this versus just the pandemic that we're in right now. So we'll be definitely bringing you classes on that. And would this be a good time to tell the times that we have the classes scheduled?
Go right ahead, and then we've got questions that we're going to get to. We've got several questions.
So as of right now, we're bringing you our classes virtually. So you are able to log into Realcomp Online, and in the announcements, we're hosting our classes. You'll see them scheduled 1 week at a time. So coming soon, Monday even, the next class that we're offering that will help you out is on Monday, January 18th in the morning from 9:30 to 11. We'll be talking about getting to know your Realcomp dashboard. On your Realcomp dashboard, you have each of these individually. You have Cloud CMA as an individual tab. You also have Remind and you have Showing Time. So we'll be able to go through those and showcase that along with all the other products that you have in Realcomp Online. You also have, if you wanted to focus just on Cloud CMA, which please, everyone should definitely take that class. We have 2 sessions set up for you. Tuesday, January 19th from 9:30 to 10:30. And then Monday, January 25th from 1:30 to 2:30. And then we have Remind. Remind for Beginners, which is a great overview of the system, but we also will be going through the documents in there too. And that's going to be Thursday, January 21st in the evening from 6:30 to 8:30. And then we have the Remind Pro. So you have to take the Remind for Beginners first. I would strongly suggest that. Then next week, Remind Pro on January 26th from 1:30 to 3:30. And in the Remind Pro class, you're going to get a review of the docs. We'll talk about Remind Live, and we'll talk about Cloud CMA, because you can access Cloud CMA from Remind as well. So you get the whole shebang in Remind Pro. So those classes, again, are scheduled, and you'll be able to go ahead and click on the link from the announcements when you log into Realcomp Online. So I hope to see you guys there for those, and we'll help you out with these, with the actual training in those classes that you need to go virtual. So thanks so much.
So first thing I have to say is, could Janine be any more enthusiastic about all of these things? And I love that. You make me smile when you talk about all these things.
I love that.
It was a lot of stuff, and that's why we kind of said at the beginning that one of the things we'll answer as many questions as we can, but really what we want to do is introduce you to all of it and then tell you how to get more information and how to get training. So let's look at some of the questions. The very first question that popped up from our friend Scott LaFond is, will we be covering the upcoming changes to Transaction Desk? So here's what I'm going to say about that. Let us go through these other questions, and then I'll touch on that, Scott, at the end. I won't ignore that, because that's a big one. That's a really, really big one. So Sam says Remind is very confusing, and he's tried to use it, and it's not easy. So what kind of advice you have for him, Janine?
Okay, I'm going to say that you should take our Remind for Beginners again, where it's at a slower pace, and it's just an introduction to the class and how to navigate around it and the benefits for you. It does take a little bit of practice. You have to kind of know what you want to do in Remind in order to use it. But I call it the Show Me the Money class, because it's so many opportunities in there for you to target market. You can't help but increase your territory by utilizing that in different areas. So join us for the Remind for Beginners class if you can make it that day. If not, in Realcomp Online, under the Help button, we have all of our classes that we offer. We already have them recorded, so you can go to Help and go to Realcomp Online Manuals and Videos, click the link and scroll down to the bottom, and you'll see the full class there that you can watch at your leisure, and as many times as you want to. I would say it probably will take about 2 times for you to kind of get all of that together. Then you can move on to the other part 2 of it.
But it's worth it. It's worth the time when you can do it. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Alicia is asking, can we somehow put the link in the MLS? I'm not quite sure which link you're talking about. I'm going to assume it's the link to the virtual open house, maybe? Mm-hmm. I think that's what she's asking, okay, but I'm not sure. So maybe, Alicia, you could be a little more specific on that, and then we're going to come back to that to make sure we're answering your question right. Norman says he opened showing time, but how do I get to virtual tour?
It's really simple. When you open it on the app, when you click on the actual listing, it'll be one quick little down arrow button where it will literally say virtual open house, and you'll be able to click on that and then schedule it from there. And it'll be just
and that's like when is that on RCO3 or on the app when they're scheduling an appointment?
It's on the app.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So in showing time, which is different, it's a little different than Remind. And Remind, you can go to Realcomp, you can go inside of Remind, and you can use the app. In showing time, you have to do the scheduling on the app. So, and you'll have to broadcast live with that on the app as well. So you'll be able to go into the app, click on your virtual open house or showings, schedule it that way, and then that will be the setup. And then that will send it over to the listing so that everyone can see that you have a scheduled open house or showing.
What's the advantage of Remind Live or Showing Time Live instead of Zoom?
Well, the advertisement for one, because it's in Realcomp Online, so everyone will see that. But as far as showcasing it, it really is no difference. If you currently are using Zoom and that's working for you, there really is no difference. Going live is going live on any platform that you want. But the nice part about it is that you do get to advertise it in Realcomp Online, and it goes to all of our different partners. It goes to the IDX, and everyone, Realcomp members get to see that you're offering it as well. So just more advertisement.
Doesn't Showing Time use Zoom as their platform for the virtual? Okay.
It's one of the options, yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Next question. So can I show any listing potentially, or would I need a pre-approval on $1 million listing? I am not understanding that. You mean making an appointment to show? It's up to the listing agent and the seller what kind of pre-approval you need, Keisha. So you would have to have that discussion with the listing agent. I believe I'm answering your question right. I think that's what you're asking. Does Remind or Showing Time record the showing?
Remind records it, and then you're able to place it on, in an email, in your contact list, put it on social media as you can. Showing Time is a one-time deal for right now. They did say that they are looking at other options, so it may just upgrade later, but right now it's a one-time showing.
Can you record once and use for multiple showings?
And Remind, yes. For Showing Time, not yet.
So you, the agent, are at the house and your clients are online. Is that correct? I don't know that I understand it, but maybe you do.
I think I do.
Okay, good.
Okay,
good.
So I think this is what you're asking. So with the app, because remember, for both of them, you need the app in order to go live. So they will, when you send them the link, they'll be able to click on it, and then just like the Zoom call, they'll be able to see you, and you'll be able to see them. And then whoever is the cameraman, they're just going to walk around the house and show the property. So it's just a quick little link.
Next, are there any cloud CMA classes offered in the evenings?
We will get some on there for you. But if you need it now, and I'm very passionate about Remind and Cloud CMA, very, very much so, what you want to do is actually go, if you need it now, you can actually go into Realcomp Online, go into Help, and click on RCO manuals and videos. And when you click on that link, there's one just specifically for recordings. Click on that, scroll down to the bottom, and you'll see applying cloud products in Realcomp Online. You'll be also able to see working with Remind for beginners on that page too. So you can watch them at any time that you want to.
Next is a reminder, and it's a great one, and thank you so much, that if you are doing a virtual showing, that has to be done for a real client, not for the intention of touring someone's listing with the intent of pushing tours to social media on homes that are not your listing.
Correct.
That is a clear violation. So thank you for that reminder, and that is a good one.
It
That's
has
a very
to be
good reminder.
Absolutely. Well, that's the cool thing about Remind and Showing Time. It won't let you unless it's yours. That's the.
There you go.
It has
There
to
you
be
go.
your listing, or it won't even mix
Excellent.
it up.
So I'm really happy to give you the next three, because the first one says, she is always excellent. And I know they're talking about
Thank
Janine.
you.
The next one says, from Angelina, Janine rocks.
Thank you.
And the next one says, thank you, Janine. And
You're
that's from
welcome.
Ursula.
Thank you.
We agree. We agree. Trust me, we agree. Are the classes more interactive so we can ask questions live rather than chat?
No, unfortunately, you still have to send them through me through the question and the chat button so that I can get them there. So we're not able to do like a Zoom call session.
You know, hopefully one day we'll be back in a position that we can do that again, Ginger, but it's just not possible yet. where can we find a list of all upcoming Realcomp classes? I think you answered that, but if you would do that again, please.
Sure. When we schedule them once a week, so you're able to log into Realcomp online, and under the news and announcements, you'll see the link called upcoming webinar classes. And when you click on that, you'll see everything that we have scheduled for the week, and you're able to click on that link and schedule right there. Just put your name and your email address and you're in the class. And here's the cool part. Let's just say that you scheduled and for whatever reason, something came up and you couldn't make the class. We have the system set up so that within 48 hours, you'll still be able to receive the link so that you can watch the class at your leisure. So all you have to do is register and you'll get the link to watch it at any time, whether live or later.
Next, will our broker forms on transaction desk be available on Remind Docs? If you'll give me until we're done with these other questions regarding what we went through today, we'll address that with the other questions for transaction desk, because I know it's big. Will it stay free or will charge later? I'm going to assume this is about Remind and the fact that you don't have to pay for those. I know showing time is free now until March 31st. By the way, that charge that comes at March 31st is not through Realcomp. That's a showing time charge. But as far as we know, Reminds will stay part of the service that we have for you. I don't see any indication that that's going to change. Richard says Cloud CMA does not allow a lot of criteria and it's very restrictive. Am I doing something wrong?
Not necessarily. It kind of depends on how much criteria you really want to put in. I have learned when doing CMAs that in Cloud CMA, you really don't need a lot, especially with this interactive map that you have now. And let me be clear, although we're talking about Cloud CMA live and you can go live, that is a report that if you're sitting across the kitchen table from me, you can still click on that report and I can see every single thing. You don't always have to go through Zoom and Skype or whatever. You can still show that report. So you can still get the area, you'll still get to see everything surrounding that area. And then you can blend it in with the neighborhood if need be. So you really don't need a lot of criteria when using Cloud CMA, but it does give you enough to get in the area and see the surrounding if you need to go into another sub or what have you. So it kind of depends. I've learned to put in vague information with CMA so that I get a lot and then I can streamline it a little bit. So it just depends on where you're searching and what you need.
Well, Richard's follow-up comment, which I know you're going to love, is RCO3. I love the CMA in there.
I did, yeah, it's a good one.
When is the Remind class again? I work in the day. Did you have a Remind class in the evening?
We will get one on there for you, but are we talking about the pro or the beginners? Because the beginner class is next week, Thursday, the 21st from 6:30 to 8:30. That's the beginner.
There you go. That must be the one she's asking about because she asked again. And that is for Latricia.
Also keep in mind, we go back and forth with the Remind. So 1 week we'll offer Remind for beginners. Then the next week we'll offer Remind Pro. Then we'll just go back and forth. Then the next week is beginners. Then the next week is pro. So if you miss it, just know on a rotation, it's the next week coming up for you. Different days, but it'll definitely be offered once a week.
Next says, I now have to learn KV Core. I don't know KV Core. Are you familiar with that, Tammy?
I believe that's a Keller Williams product.
Okay. And she says that she likes Realcomp better, but she wishes we taught KV Core. Well, if it doesn't mean we can't, but if that's exclusive to Keller Williams, then that may be an issue for us to try to get us to know it so that we could train it. So if you have somebody you can put us in touch with, that'd be great. Next, Donna, you won't be able to see the questions. She said she's having trouble seeing the questions, but only I can see the questions. I'm the master questioner. So nobody else gets to see them. I don't think so, Fran. They can't see the questions, can they?
I don't get to see them either.
Okay, just me.
I think they do, well, I should know this, but I have an answered tab.
Oh,
Does
okay.
anyone see the answered tab?
No, sorry.
Oh,
You'll just have to wait for me to read them. I find 2 showing time apps with a different logo than the one you had in your presentation. One is just showing time and the other is My Home by Showing Time.
That's exactly what I was saying.
Would
Go
either of these buy the app or is there a slightly different? Which one do they need,
No,
Janine?
you want showing time. It's purple with the orange or yellow dots going around it. That's the only one you
Okay.
want. Yeah,
My Home is for sellers and buyers to use with their agent.
Ah,
right.
That's a consumer app.
Mhm.
good information, Miss Tammy. Hi, Karen. It's Pat Jacobs. This is as good as I would have expected. Thank you, Pat.
I bet.
Knockboard promoted it. And how many are online for us? Well, we have 141 right now.
Hey.
But we're up to 175, I think.
Oh, awesome.
And we're up to what?
I think I saw 175 at one point.
Jeez. And she would like, Janine, for you to send a schedule of dates for
I
the
gotcha.
the classes, and so we would be happy to do that. Thank you, Pat.
Mhm.
Dawn, I love Remind and your classes. Thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate that very much. I went to the Showing Time app. Do I click on schedule a showing? Then what do I do to start a video?
Oh boy. Okay.
Don't you have to first schedule? Oh no, this is to schedule or start a video if you're making the video, correct?
Right. Right.
They have to have an appointment scheduled.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You have to have it. Yep. You won't be able to start a video without having an appointment scheduled.
But no worries. In the link that they're going to send you, you're going to see the video and they literally take you from beginning to end of how to do it. It's literally 5 minutes, if that, from once you have the listing in, showing time, how to set it up, and how to go virtual. Very quick, very easy.
Sam wants to know, and I'll handle this one, why did Realcomp app retire? Okay, so here's the story on the Realcomp app, which was Go MLS that was named Realcomp. Go MLS was actually an app that was provided by CoreLogic, and CoreLogic decided that they were not going to update that app anymore. So there were a lot of times that you may not have even had access to all of our properties through the app because it wasn't always working the way it needed to. So we had to make the choice, if they were no longer going to provide updates, if they were no longer going to service it, we had to make the choice to move away from it because it wasn't right for you if you didn't have access to everything. I know that was a hard change for some, and that's why we try to get you up to speed on the HomeSnap app or the Remind app as a replacement. There's probably a lot of other ones out there, but those are the 2 that we train and we support. So again, you can look for some classes on either one of those and we can get you up to speed. Miss Cummings that you see on the screen is the Home Snappy genius. So I promise you, if you have any issues, we can get you through it. She's got HomeSnap on speed dial, and we will see to it that you get all the information you need in the way that you get it. And again, you can invite your clients in through HomeSnap, and then the only information they see when they log in is you.
Yep.
And except all listings have to have the listing office name on it because that's a requirement by NAR.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Keisha says good info. Great. Thank you. We appreciate that feedback. Alan says, are you saying the Remind virtual showing is pre-recorded or is it required for the agent or seller to be there shooting the tour live? I think it's either or, but Janine, you want to? Yep, you can have it live, but then it's recorded that you can use again. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So the answer is yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually both.
Right.
Okay. What is the major difference between Cloud CMA and the CMA in Realcomp?
Okay. It's a loaded question, but I let me break it down a little bit. Okay, so in Realcomp Online, it is a customizable CMA too, but with the options that it gives you. So there's probably maybe 25 different reports that are in the RCO CMA. And one of the biggest benefits is it's a wizard that will guide you through. So you'll pick your customer, you'll pick your forms, you'll go in and put your subject property in. You'll add in your comps that you've already pre-picked because you've done the search first for them. And then when you save it, you're able to view the report in a PDF and print it off if you'd like, or email it to a customer. The other biggest benefit of it is when it's saved, it saves there for 6 months for you. So you can go back to it as many times as you want to, and you're able to utilize it then. And Cloud CMA, you have 2 different versions of how to do the CMA. One way is you'll pull in your comps, you'll do the search, pull your comps in, and utilize just those comps and go through a 4-stage wizard where you'll utilize those and customize your report. And there's over 60 different reports there. So both of them will take a little bit of homework for you to set it up, but it will have a template there for you. So once you set it up, you don't have to recreate the wheel all the time. And then you're able to push that customizable CMA out in a PDF or in Cloud CMA Live if you choose to, and get it there. And it will, again, that one doesn't delete. I have CMAs in there from, when did we get cloud products? Back in what, 2010 maybe?
It's been a while.
It's been a long time, and I have some in there from way back when. They don't delete until you delete them, and you're able to copy the link and then again place it in different places on social media, place it, send it to your customer. Now I know you might think, well, why would I put a CMA on social media? Well, you could think of it this way. If you go through your social media and look at all of your friends in social media, maybe as an advertisement, once a week, you'll look at where the cluster of them live and just pick a random property and that you might want to do a CMA on to get the neighborhood, and then just market to that neighborhood. Hey, everybody that lives in Royal Oak, here's what's happening in Royal Oak now, or maybe you might pick Birmingham or Brighton or something of that sort, and you're able to advertise that way because it is a link. It's not a live link, but it's a link where they can click on it, and they won't see a CMA per se, but they will see neighborhood information that gets them interested in that. Okay, so the difference is just pretty much advertisement, but you're going through the motions. It will take you a good 15 to 20 minutes to design both of the products. So it's just about the way you like it to look, really.
Okay, our private client conversations recorded and can be seen by others. You would need to be very careful when you're doing a recorded open house or a recorded tour, not to record those conversations. So that's really your responsibility, or the responsibility of the person who's doing the recording, not to record those conversations or the comments that are made about the property. There's some legislation that is in Lansing right now about what can or can't be recorded and what can or can't be shared, and we're waiting for that to go through the stages it needs to go through before we can update our policies to match that. But I think for the purposes of this question, the person doing the recording needs to be very careful about what they record and not record anything that shouldn't be shared like that.
Well, here's the benefit. You can do multiple. So if you're going live, just go through it again and set up a separate session that's completely quiet, just showing the property, and then record that.
Good point.
And add
Good
that.
point.
Double the work, but it's advertisement.
What is the difference between Remine and Cloud? Wow, this is there's a lot. Is one better than the other, or should I learn both? Yes.
Yes.
You should definitely learn both.
You want to learn
They
both.
do. They really do 2 different things, or a lot of different things. So I don't think that we could sit and name all of the differences between the two, but I do think it's a good idea for you to learn both. 'Cause
Definitely.
there's a lot there.
Definitely.
Is Showing Time charging for scheduling or for the virtual broadcasting? They'll be charging for the virtual tour,
Right, for the live.
for the live virtual tour. They're not charging right now. They were going to as of the beginning of the year, but now they've extended it until March 31st.
But
Right?
scheduling showings like they have been for
Yeah,
years.
that doesn't, yeah,
there's no
that's,
charge for that.
yeah, that's part of what we offer to you. Okay. I find that this is from Ann, I find that it is easier to find my comps in RCO3 and then go into Cloud CMA with the comps I want to use in my presentation. Perfect.
Yes.
That's why we put that little link
Yes.
at the bottom for you.
I will agree
We
with
added that for you.
you.
How much?
By the criteria.
Yep.
Yep. How much is the showing time charge, and what will the method to schedule showings if you don't pay showing time? No, I think there's a misunderstanding. You won't have to pay showing time to schedule appointments. That's not going to happen. The only thing they'll be charging for is to do the live virtual showings. And that's coming at the end of March. And that's the way to explain the live virtual showings. Scheduling your showings and so forth, none of that's not going to change. You'll just keep doing it the same way you do it. So I'm sorry if we confuse that, because that's not going to, there's not a charge for that. Deborah says that Remerica United has KV Core, so maybe that's not, and it's also used by EXP, and it is a CRM system.
Oh,
Okay.
We were not aware of that, so we'll do a little homework on that. Let's see what we can learn about that. And then somebody said it is a paid service, and that it is used by many real estate companies, not just Keller Williams. Okay, we'll do some checking on that. We have a lot of people telling us we were wrong on that one. So, okay, let me get past, we got it. Wow. All right. Well, I'm going to read it, even though it says KB Core is not Keller Williams. It's a platform to help you market and generate leads. Any broker can use it. They have to pay for it through the office. It makes landing pages and campaigns and squeeze pages. Kind of sounds like Lion Desk to me.
Pretty much.
A little bit. You guys are great teachers, and I look forward to meeting you in person.
Thank you. Yay.
Let me just go on record as saying I am not a great teacher. That's never been one of my strong points, and you will never see me trying to do it, because I'm not good at that at all. Why can't we get one of these foreclosure apps through Realcomp? I am not familiar with the foreclosure apps, so perhaps Sam, if you can give us some names of some, or we'll do a little research and see what we can learn about some foreclosure apps. I'm not familiar.
But don't forget, in Remind has an option for you
They do.
to search
Yep.
for foreclosure and defaults.
Yep.
So
They sure
join
do.
the Remind class, and I'll show you where that is.
Yep.
And in RCO3, you can search for bank-owned or government-owned as a part of your search.
Rebecca Daniels says, good information. Janine is awesome.
Hi, Rebecca.
And John Cunningham says, thanks, Janine.
Hi, John.
Now, this is my favorite question of the night so far. Has Realcomp ever considered doing a class or two specifically for senior realtors? The regular classes are fast-paced and assume realtors are very computer literate.
We actually, well, when we were able to be in the land and around each other, we did actually offer, on Fridays, we offered classes pretty much all the time for you to come in and sit with us one-on-one and be able to go through whatever questions and answers you had. Yes, when we're able to get back in touch with each other, those classes will go back, because we understand everybody learns at a different pace, or maybe you just have a question. You don't want to sit through a whole class. It's just one thing you're stuck on, and you can come and sit with us on a Friday morning, and we'll go through it with you, and you'll be all set.
They were called learning labs.
Yep.
Okay.
Sorry,
Nice
one more
Q&A.
thing. One more thing.
Oh, yes, yes.
We do, it just dawned on me, we do once a month offer a virtual learning lab too. So we're still hosting it, but you can ask your question and then we'll go and we'll show you how to do that. Now you won't be doing it physically, of course, but we will answer your question for you. So look for those learning lab classes online as well.
Excellent.
Okay. Now you can
Nice Q&As to explain the product. No, you just, whatever you need. Do we know what showing time will charge for those virtual
I don't.
showings? We don't know that yet. I'm sorry, Stephanie. We don't know the answer to that yet. And Maria, yes, this is being recorded. We will make all of this available, Q&A, everything. The presentation, the slides, and all of the Q&A will be made available. And I'm sorry you had a call about a bad home inspection. That really stinks. But hopefully it'll all work out for you. I hope it does. Oh, I'm thinking that must be about KV Corrigan. Yep. Who is the vendor for RCO3 CMA? Well, that's CoreLogic and Realcomp. That's us. This is Arvid. Arvid is with us tonight.
Hey, Arvid.
And that's Realcomp. Wynn says, thank you. Good stuff. Uh-oh, I think I got you in trouble, Tammy. Hang on here. I really appreciate all of you for taking time to engage and educate us on virtual opportunities with Realcomp and spending your evenings away from your families to help us. Oh, geez, that's so nice. Thank you so much. John says, is Tammy going to share a little bit about HomeSnap? Sorry, Tammy.
That's not part of the plan. We do have, there is training for HomeSnap. We do have recordings both where they train it and we train it. So we do have training on that, but that isn't part of our virtual pandemic products.
But make sure that if you want to sit through a video of it, or if you want to participate in a training with Janine or Tora, that you sign up for those, because they'll show you how to use it. It is a very nice tool. It really is. It does a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll want to take a look at it, John. So somebody would like to schedule a one-on-one with Janine.
Okay. Well, here's what I'd like for you to do. Go ahead and email me you can email me at training@realcomp.com. Give me your name, your ID number, your phone number, and I'll call you back and we'll get a time to go.
And Ginger Barron says that she's grateful for the that the learning labs are online as well, and she's going to look for those and sign up for that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh, we're back here again. Is Transaction Desk changing on the website or just the app? Hang on, Sam. We're going to get there in a minute. Julie says, great job. Thank you, ladies. You're welcome, Julie. Please share the name of the CRM program that one of the agents was talking about. It was KV, as in Kevin Valentine, Core, C-O-R-E. That was what they were talking about. We do offer a CRM program called Lion Desk that is available to all of our agents that you might want to take a look at and see. It is part of it's part of our offerings to you. So you might want to take a look at it. It's called Lion Desk.
And we do have classes on that also.
You?
Right.
And one is recorded so that you can watch it in the help button as well.
Will the Remind virtual tours, oh, see, they're not really virtual tours. Will they go online? Well, I don't know how to explain that. The question is, Wynn wants to know if the Remind virtual tours go online. They're recorded and you can put them online, but they're not really, well, can you use them as a virtual tour, Tammy?
Mm-hmm.
Can you use it to attach to the listing as a virtual tour?
Sure.
And just put it in the address for the virtual tours?
Yep.
Okay, yes, Wynn. Yes, they will. And yes, you can do that. Thank you for spending your evening. Well, thank you for spending your evening with us too. We appreciate it. I appreciate that you make it worth our while to be here. How are in-person showings being handled right now? Well, let me make sure I get this right. There can be no more than people from 2 different families, correct?
Right.
So if you are the listing agent and the buyer agent's coming with their buyer, you as the listing agent can't be there.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They can only be 2 families represented at any time. If you go on Realcomp Online, RCO3, we posted the brand new restrictions, which are pretty much the same as they were before, but it's very detailed and it will really help you. And they're right there. Fran put those on there for you this afternoon. So if you want to see that, you can go on RCO3, log in, and you'll see that on your messages that pop up. And you can see it on Michigan Realtors. You can probably see it on your board's website too. Okay, let's see. Will we get the reply of this meeting? I'm assuming you mean a recording of it, and yes, you will.
Mm-hmm.
We will, Fran will be sending that out to you, and then we'll make it available as well. What does the Lion Desk offer provide, or is it a basic pay to upgrade? Can you pay to upgrade Lion Desk?
Mm-hmm.
You can,
You
depends
can.
on additional services.
Okay, but you can use the basic
Mhm.
Lion Desk.
Oh, yeah.
It's really, there's a lot to it, Scott. So there's a lot to explain what Lion Desk provides. I think it's better for you to go and look at some of the videos that we have available for it, and take a look to see if it would suit your needs, because it like I said, it's part of what we offer, and it's pretty in depth.
The
You know, it's a very nice, it's a very nice product.
Yeah, you might not have to upgrade once you see all the basics that it
Right.
offers.
We
So
do have,
definitely take a look. I'm sorry, Tammy.
we do have an intro and advanced class in that also.
Okay, please take a look. It would be very difficult for us to name everything it does. It would be better for you to look at it at your leisure and see if you're interested. Wynn says thank you. You're welcome, Wynn. See you next week. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow morning, Wynn. All of you have been great tonight. Thank you so much. You're welcome, Genevieve. Thank you again. Thanks for you joining us. Are the other town halls posted somewhere? Yes, they are on Realcomp's YouTube channel. And you can subscribe to Realcomp's YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube and search on Realcomp, and you can subscribe, and all of them are right there, all the other 2. How would you compare it to Top Producer with the upgrade of Lion Desk? I don't really know enough about Top Producer.
I don't either.
You know, that's not one that we offer, so I don't really know enough. Keisha, I can't really answer your question. I'm sorry. Does it integrate with other programs? Lion Desk does. It integrates with RCO3. It pulls the listing data in. Does it not, Tammy, from RCO3?
And it will download from their email program to get their contacts.
Okay. So it may be pretty similar. Take a look.
When they click on Lion Dust from the desktop, a 5-minute video pops up right away.
Mm-hmm.
And they
Excellent.
I mean, as soon as they click on it, it plays.
Really, the next one is my favorite one, because it says wonderful format, and you are an excellent Q&A moderator.
Right.
Yay! My job is really easy. Do you possibly know during this time frame, while a home may be for sale by other agencies, there's an estate sale going on? Isn't that a violation? I don't know the answer to that, Janice. Okay, so there's a home for sale, and then there's an estate sale going on. Is the estate sale selling the stuff that's in the home?
Yeah.
Are you asking if that would be a violation if there's more people there than from 2 families?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be. Unfortunately, I can only say that, but I can't tell you that we enforce that, because we do not enforce the governor's rules. You would have to, you could report it to the board, your board of realtors, to see if they can, but there's not much we could do about that. Sorry. Which HomeSnap app What's the symbol look like?
Oh, hold on, let's see.
Yeah,
Ooh,
but
her name is Karen Smart.
it's a white icon with a house inside, a blue house inside a blue square.
There you go. Okay. Heidi says, thanks for everything you ladies do. You're all awesome. Can you go over transaction desk changes now? I have to go. And then she did say LOL. Yeah, well, we'll get there. We only have 3 more questions, Heidi.
2 of them are
oh,
transaction desk.
they're all 3 the same ones. And then lastly, we appreciate all you do to help us and the community. Thank you very much. Okay, let's talk about big changes coming to transaction desks. And yep, it's big. We've got some major system changes coming this year that require us to do a major upgrade on our technology. Lots of major there. And that technology required us, thank you, required us to make some hard decisions. And the first decision was, how are we going to manage the transactions, the documents, and the electronic signings and the forms? We have not had great success with, and I don't like to, and to sound like one of my kids, I don't like talking smack about our vendors because they are our partners, but we have been less than satisfied with the service we've been getting from our current vendor. So we started looking around for a new one a while ago. And now we're in a position where we're kind of being forced to look at a new one because of decisions we've made with this new technology that's coming that I can't really go into yet, but I promise you, you're going to like it. But one of the first changes is we've got to look at a new way to store the documents and the forms and those electronic signings and your transactions. So we have contracted for another piece of Remind that is going to be able to handle that for us. Now, it's not going to happen tomorrow, but it's going to happen this year. And the sooner we start getting everything moved over, the better that transition is going to be for all of you. So we announced it, and I'm thrilled that so many people read it because I love that. And the current transaction desk you'll have available to you for the next 3 to 6 months. But in that time frame, it's going to change, and you're going to have to move things over to the new platform. We're going to do everything we can to help get the forms and everything moved, but these are 2 different vendors, and they've got to talk to each other, and they've got to send that data the way the one who has it has to send it, the way the one who needs it has to get it. So that's the part we're working on right now. There's going to come a point where you're going to have to resubmit your forms that you want, and in order for them to get online, it's going to be a great opportunity. If you're a broker, it's going to be a great opportunity for you to look at your forms you have online today and say, I don't even use that one anymore. Oh wait, I'm missing one. We're going to get all those forms. We're going to get them all online for you. It will not cost you anything. There will be no fee for you to get all those forms online. And now the transactions, we're trying to get your current transactions able to be downloaded, and then so you can upload them into the new system. But in all honesty, we're not sure that's going to happen yet. You may have to download them and keep them in your office on a CD or a thumb drive or some other method. But all that information is going to be coming to you. It's not that we're trying to hide it or act like we're being sneaky about it. We don't know all the details yet, but we wanted to get the word out there because there were press releases going out and people were talking about it because this is a pretty big deal. And I didn't want you to hear it from them. I didn't want you to hear it from out in the street. I wanted you to hear it from us. So we're telling you that this change is coming. It's a big change. We're not, I know I've said it 10 times now, but we're not acting like it's not, because it is. Let me see, we have some questions that popped up. Let me see. So we're leaving transaction desk. Eventually, yes, Richard, we are leaving transaction desk. And there's many reasons why, but yes, we will be leaving them. Do our older transactions auto delete? No, if you got older transactions, you can download them, or we're going to try to get them moved over for you. You may have to do that yourself. If you have to do that yourself, we're going to walk you through it, and we're going to teach you how to do that. Nobody is going to be left in the dark. I promise you. I hope you know us better than that. We would never do that to you. We're going to help you every step of the way because we understand how big this is. What will happen to the documents in Transaction Desk? Should we start backing up our documents externally? You can. You don't have to yet, but you can. If you feel better about that, it's fine. You can. The documents that were attached to your transactions, we are working with the current vendor, Transaction Desk, again, at getting all of those available for you. It's all a negotiating game, and I know you understand that, because that's what you do for a living. And that's what I'm trying to do now, is to say, thank you. We've been a customer of Transaction Desk for 18 years. 18 years, yes. 2003 is when we signed the first agreement. And it's a hard change to make, but it really is a necessary change to make. So how much time will brokerages have to get their forms updated to the new system? Well, here, let me give you, if you want to start sending them in right now, I'm hiding Tammy's face with my questions so she can't see me. But I mean, we're going to have a form ready for you that we're going to send you, and you're going to fill out this form that you're going to attach your forms to, and then send them to us. And we're going to get them all loaded for you. And again, it's not going to cost you anything. You're going to go through and see what forms you need and how you want them to work. Make sure they're original. We can't use scanned copies. We need original PDFs or Word documents. So you'll have plenty of time, Richard. You're going to see that probably in the next couple of weeks, I would say, is you'll get that message that says now's the time to start sending us your forms. We're working with the new vendor on how they want to receive them, and we're trying to get everything in order. Boy, this one's popular. We're backing up on questions. Ginger says, never liked Transaction Desk. Will the new forms program be more user-friendly? Yes, it is. Much more friendly. And training, oh my goodness, you will have training galore. There will be training galore.
All day.
I get a big ouch. Should I switch to the other program? You don't have to do anything yet. We're going to walk you through every step of the way. This week was just to say there's a change coming. And so next time you get something about it, it's going to say, now start getting your forms together that you want and get those over to us. We're going to take you every step of the way. I promise. I promise.
Yep.
And Kathy wants to know what about AuthentiSign? It won't be AuthentiSign, but you will have an e-sign. What does Remind use?
Doc. It's called Docs. But it works. Okay. It works exactly like AuthentiSign. Exactly.
Okay, so it's there, Kathy, but it's just not called that.
It's integrated with their forms program, just like AuthentiSign is integrated with Transaction Desk.
It's funny because Fran's little face popped out from the questions there. Why not use Zip Forms and DocuSign? They are proven sites. This is your friend Bella Birkenthal. So Bella, let's talk about Zip Forms. Zip Forms is owned by the same company that we're leaving. Transaction Desk, which is really Lone Wolf, bought Zip Forms from NAR. We have been working with them for quite some time to get them integrated with our system, and it just hasn't worked. So at least not the way you want it to work, where the data just automatically feeds in. So we're going to continue to work with them. And I think you're a Real Estate One customer, and I know several of our offices do use Zip Forms. We're not going to give up on it. We're going to continue to work with them to try to get them to work with the new system as well. So and DocuSign, we've talked with them, but we've not really come to any agreement. So Ann says would be great to have access to Transaction Desk until the end of the year to pull the historical data. Transactions like this are tough in the busy summer fall sessions. I understand, Ann. Unfortunately, I'm tied to some contractual agreements, and I don't have a lot of flexibility there. But and some of the new changes other changes that are coming are kind of dictating what we're doing here. But again, I promise you, we're not going to leave you in a lurch. We're not. We were already talking about all the things that we can do. The biggest thing I want to do is to have old company talk to new company and get everything moved over. And I really hope that we're successful there. And I promise you, I'm going to do everything I can to make that happen. I've got several different meetings lined up in the next 2 weeks to talk through how to make that happen. There are a lot of transaction forms through different MLSs. How can we get all of those to be downloaded? If you're talking about forms we have for like Michigan Realtors and Ann Arbor, and so everything that's in the system now will go to the new one. That's the goal. So we'll move everything over. I think that's what you're asking me. So we'll make sure that happens. I was thinking that I needed to clean up the old docs from transaction desk. No, I don't have to. Well, you kind of do. I mean, well, forms you do, but maybe not docs. How long until the new system is available to use? We are looking at early second quarter. That doesn't mean the old one goes away then, but that's when we're looking at the new one being made available. So we're looking at early second quarter. Janine will teach you how to use it right now. She'll teach you how to do signings and so forth on Remind right now. You don't even have to
Remind class. You gotta.
Yep, you don't have to wait.
On in.
Will authentisign documents be available after, or does that go bye-bye with transaction desk?
Authentisign documents need to be downloaded because that's a part of transaction desk.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you mean the authentisign documents they have in their transactions would need to be downloaded to, okay.
Right.
Oh, Richard, I'm sorry. He likes transaction desk. Sorry. You know, allow me to just say this. We cannot sit still. I make this joke, but it really isn't a joke, that I hold 2 titles in my life. One is the Princess of Monotony, and the other is the Queen of Same. I don't like change. I don't like change. And, but we have to change. We have to grow. We have to move on, or, we're just going to be left behind. And look at his next comment was, which I didn't even read, but change happens. Thank you. Thank you, Richard. I appreciate that. It's called Home Finder for HomeSnap. I actually love transaction desk. Sorry, Karen, you don't have to read this. Oops, sorry. Oh, she wants to know if I enjoy. I'm going to read it out loud, Karen. Her name's Karen. She wants to know if I enjoy the Karen jokes as much as her kids do, giving them out. All the Karen jokes about. Oh, nice work, Karen. Here, short story. I was standing in the Jets pizza place and picking up a pizza, and the guy called my name. He said Karen, and I walked up and paid. And on my way out, a gentleman was standing there, and he goes, "Enjoy your pizza, Karen." Well, I thought he was being nice, telling me to enjoy my pizza. So I looked at him and said, "Thanks." And then when I got in the car, I thought, wait, I don't think he was being nice to me. I think he was being mean to me.
You are the least Karen I know.
Well, she says that I was at her wedding. I was. Oh, geez. Okay, we're gonna go past that. It was a long time ago. If it wasn't yesterday, never mind. But are we still going to be able to use forms from other boards, or just our own? Nope, none of that will change. Same thing. That'll work just the same. I see one coming I'm not going to like. Gotcha, thanks for the reassurance. You're welcome. Can we ban Zillow from IDX? No. I'm moving on past that. Does it work like .loop? I'm not really familiar with .loop. I don't know. It works a lot like transaction desk. It's just better and easier.
I've seen .loop.
And it's similar, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Richard says he'd love to be a beta tester. Ooh, write that down.
I did.
All right, thank you. What is the new system? Well, it's part of Remine. It's called Docs, DOCS Plus. And Deborah, you're giving yourself away. She started in 2003 and she remembers when Transaction Desk was introduced. It was called Instanet back then.
Yep.
Yep. Me too, Sam too. Are you saying that the new system will have its own forms and then we go to Remind to use the e-sign? I'm saying that the forms, everything you have available right now on Transaction Desk, those forms will be on Remind and Docs Plus, and you will use that platform for your electronic signatures. Somebody thinks I'm funny. Thanks for sharing. Every day is unique. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And Ryan Lally wants to be beta tester too.
Got it.
And Laura Tom said, my pizza story is funny. Laura, I promise you it's true. I promise you. I didn't even know I'd been insulted. I did not know I was insulted until I got home or in the car. Oops. Oh, Deborah D'Angelo wants to be a beta tester too. Tammy.
Got it.
Larry says he hates change too. I know, me too. Sorry. Oh, anybody? Ryan says, anyone who is change averse can send me their business and I'll pay a generous referral fee. Okay, Ryan. Frank said he never thought of me as a Karen. Thank you, Frank. Thank you. Logged on late due to an appointment. Could you recap the first 15 minutes? No, probably not, but we'll have it. We'll have it available for you. You can go watch it. It'll be available in the next few days, Fran, or early next week.
Yeah, I would say definitely early next week.
Okay, early next week. Let's see. We have a few others that are saying they'd like to be testers. Yusuf.
Yeah, I got Yusuf.
Oh, you're seeing the questions.
Yep.
And Ann too. Ooh,
Yep.
Excellent. Look at this. This is awesome.
Wait, don't clear them quite so fast. I'm writing the names down, so.
Okay. Somebody said they don't understand what's wrong with the name Karen. Me either. I don't know where that came from. I don't know.
Yep, Pamela.
But I don't know. I think it came from.
I'll tell you later.
Okay. Must be good. Good. Are you ready for me to move on, Tammy?
Yep, go ahead.
So look at Edna. Do you see her response here? She says, thanks, and then in big letters, Karen, like the pizza guy. She's acting like the pizza guy. Too funny. Thanks and good night. You too, Scott. Thanks for always participating with us. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Any of the classes going toward CE credits? No, not right now. We don't, those come from the board.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody said it came from Will and Grace TV show. I like that, Karen. She's funny.
Yeah.
And here, LaWanda wants to be a tester too.
Oh.
Karen Smart says she wants to know where it came from too, Janine. She'll probably be calling you.
Oh boy.
It's okay. You don't have to say it now. It's going to embarrass us.
I'm not going to say it now.
Oh, Ryan.
Oh, somebody,
Dictionary.
what Ryan did. Ryan sent the link to the Urban Dictionary for us.
Don't click on anything from Urban Dictionary. Click on NSW.
Oh, that's funny. All right, here, let me hurry up and get rid of Ryan's link.
I'd rather explain it to you than you read it.
Okay. Okay. Laura, or pizza. She thinks it's funny. Oh, he says it's NSFW, not NSW.
And NSFW.
Yeah.
Not safe for work.
Oh, thank you. Look at me. I'm like, I'd have to call one of my kids to find out what that means. Can you explain tester? Oh, these are just people who may want to help us beta test some of these new things that we're rolling out, Loretta. And you know what? The fact that you took time out of your night to join us tonight, we're gonna make sure that we record your names, and we might be giving you a call when we're ready to do that. I think that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
NSW is Naval Special warfare for Navy SEALs. Maybe we'd better pick that one instead.
Yeah.
Good luck to
with
me
that
with that discussion. I feel like we're on a comedy show here. Okay. Donna says, thank you. Let me let's get you guys all home and in bed. Are we streaming on Facebook or another platform? No, just right here on Zoom.
Mhm.
Thank you, Dana. I appreciate that. Do they get paid? No, they don't get paid. You get paid with our gratitude, Sam. Ryan said he's drunk. It is a comedy. Okay, maybe it's time to go now. Okay. Thank you all. I'm going to whip through these really quickly just to see if there's Karen Smart wants to be a tester too. She's the one who started all this. And so Loretta said she learned what a Karen was. And Melvia wants to be a beta tester too. Oh, Karen says you get paid by mastering the app.
There you go.
All right. Thank you all so very, very much. I think there's one more there for you, Tammy.
I got it.
Okay, thanks. Thank you all for joining us. Again, if you have suggestions for future town halls, I will tell you somebody suggested one called Ask Us Anything. That one did scare me a little bit. And so I don't know that we would do an Ask Me Anything, but, and you know, you're all so kind. I'm just, oh, wait. Anything that starts, don't read out loud.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
I wanted to explain it to you.
Oh my gosh. Well, I can promise you that's not me.
No.
No. Anyway.
You're the Karen that I know.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you all again for being with us. We really do appreciate it. Is it 8:30? It is 8:25. Look at that. Janine said to me she was nervous because she thought the going through the slides went kind of fast. And I said, no. The best part is the Q&A, because that's when we learn about each other and talk about stuff. And listen up if you're still here. I promise you that we're going to get you through the change for transaction desk. It's going to be fine. We're going to walk you through it every step of the way, and we're going to make sure that you get through. You have more information than any of your friends out there because you came here tonight. So I promise you that we will take care of you. And let us know if you have ideas for future town halls, and we'll be happy to bring them to you. So thank you all very much. Thank you to my friends here that stayed up late with me tonight. I know 8:30 is not late, but it kind of is for me. It's a little late. Yes. So good night, everybody, and be safe and have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Hope to see you in class.
Yes, please.
Oh, we're leaving now. Okay.
Good night.
All right. See you tomorrow online. Bye.